Hello, my friend. If you're watching this, that means that you just got your SEINT palette in the mail. You're ready to put it together and ready for your very first application. I am Jessica Grapes, your to-the-point makeup artist, and I am here to help you every single step of the way. So here we go. Package from SEINT. You're going to find all of your makeup in these beautiful little tins. You're just going to take the back, press away, and your makeup will pop right out of there. Then you're going to grab your palette and, most importantly, your color match PDF that I attached to your color match email. It will tell you exactly what colors are for what, with the order that you should put them into your compact, all the extra details, as well as a map of your face for your first application. So when you open that up, you're going to first pop in the order that you're using them, so your color corrector. Then you're going to pop in your contour, right there. Then I'm going to pop in my main foundation color, then my brightener, there, then my bronzer, then my blush. On the next layer, I'm going to add all of my powders. So I'm going to go ahead and put I'll go ahead and put my illuminator over there since I'm out of space. So this is the Dulce illuminator. Put that right there. And then I'm going to put all of my eyeshadows down here, my setting powders down here. Anything additional that I may have purchased can go down there. And let's get started on your very first application. Using a primer that is for your skin type. If you need help finding a primer, reach out to me and I will help you get one specifically for you. I have normal to slightly oily skin, so I'm going to be using SEINT's Stay Spray to use as my primer, as well as my Stay Spray, my setting spray for the end. So if you don't have a perfector sponge, I definitely recommend picking one up because it is going to help you greatly, especially with your very first applications with SEINT. I use this every single day. It helps so much for a very flawless finish. So I'm going to spray 5 or 6 sprays onto my perfector sponge, press it in until I see it swell, and then I'm going to put my setting spray onto my face so it's nice and even. I don't like to spray it onto my face because it doesn't leave a super even finish. Next thing you want to do is you want to wait for it to completely dry. Okay, let's talk about the brushes that you purchase. Most people purchase the blush and bronzer brush and the detail brush. These are like my babies, they're my best friends. They are magic and do absolutely everything. My next favorite would be the eyeshadow brush and then the multitasker brush. These are like the golden girls. If you want a super light, fluffy application, you're gonna grab the blend brush. This also does so much. So, starting with our first thing in our compact, our color corrector, right? So if you look at the color match sheet that I provided to you, you're gonna see in red everywhere that I want you to color correct. Here's the big thing. You want to use very, very, very little product. So what I mean by that is I'm literally just going to tap. Just one little tap just to get a little teeny tiny bit on my brush. And then for my under eyes, I'm gonna ever so slightly go in to color correct where I would have marked red on my face. Just one press. I want very, very, very little makeup, especially under the eyes, because the skin is so thin that you don't want to cause any creasing or caking. You want long wearability throughout the day. So now, because I've got a lovely little pimple right there, I'm going to take a little bit of mango and I'm just going to target right there for the discoloration. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my next is my contour right here. I'm gonna use the detail brush and I'm gonna use the wide end of the brush. I'm gonna use the flat end of the brush. And I'm just gonna pick up a little bit, yeah? Not very much. Now to find your contour, if you've never contoured before, taking the brush to the corner of the ear, to the corner of the mouth, and pressing up, you're gonna feel that cheekbone right there. That is where you are going to let that contour sit. You're gonna start up towards the ear and work your way down towards the corner of the mouth. With your contour, you only wanna go to the middle of the eye. Now, you're gonna top from the top of your head, whoop, you're making a number 3 basically with your contour. So it's going around and then around the jaw to really carve out and give you that instant weight loss. It's so awesome. Now I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to pinch the end of this and I'm going to dip it into my contour ever so slightly. And I'm just going to ever so lightly contour the very edge of my nose. Right on that 90-degree angle, just to thin out my nose and to add some warmth to the center of my face. So now I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna go back to the end of this brush with my contour. I'm gonna lift upwards. Just so it's a nice soft line. And then around. Now when you're blending, you're using a soft stippling motion. You can see that I'm tapping. I'm not pushing and wiping the makeup away. You really want to just push the color where you want it to go. With cream-based makeup, it lays like a second layer of skin. It's so beautiful, it's so soft, and you can't mess it up. So now I'm gonna take that Perfector sponge that I started with that has that setting spray, and I'm gonna press it over top. So if you put too much makeup on, this will help take off some of that application without taking too much away. It'll just give you a really, really flawless coverage. So now I'm gonna go in with my main foundation color. I did my contour first because it has equal coverage to my foundation. So instead of doing multiple layers of foundation on my face, I'm gonna color block my face so I only have one layer of makeup versus like 3 or 4 layers of makeup. So then the makeup is sitting on your skin and it's gonna last you so much longer throughout the day. So now I'm gonna flip to the blush and bronzer brush. So the smaller end of your blush and bronzer brush, because it's a little bit more denser than the super, super fluffy end. I'm gonna take my main foundation color and I am only putting a tiny, tiny, tiny bit on, guys. Like very, very, very little, but it's hyperpigmented. So less is always more. So I'm gonna fill in anywhere that I don't have my contour, that I, one, either just need extra coverage, or 2, you can just you can do wherever you want to. I'm just putting my foundation color wherever I know that I'm gonna need additional coverage throughout the day. And you can see that I'm just stippling, pressing the makeup into the skin. I'm not wiping it. You want to use really soft motions when you're using cream. You can see I'm just lightly pressing and stippling the makeup. Not a lot of pressure, very, very light hand. Now I'm gonna flip back to that detail brush. I'm gonna use the small end of the brush with my brightener right here. So I'm gonna use the side of the brush and I'm gonna go in right here to the corner of the eye. Now, on your color match sheet, I'm gonna show you with white lines exactly where to put the brightener for your face and for your needs. So make sure you're reviewing your color match sheet while you're doing this so you can make sure that you're matching what you need for your face. I am showing you on my face. Just lightly stippling, using very, very, very little product. So you're gonna see where I say start at the corner of the nose and work up. I'm gonna start here at the corner of my nose. I'm gonna work up, and then I'm gonna work out into the eye. You wanna do this because you don't wanna attack the trouble part of your eye first, right? You wanna go into the trouble part last. So we're just putting less makeup on right underneath the eye. So if you attack here first, and then go out underneath your eye, you're just putting whatever lever is left over onto the brush. Now I'm gonna go into my T-zone, right above the brows, right down the middle of the nose, onto the lip, onto the chin, and then I'm gonna flip over to my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm gonna tap to blend. You can also use your Perfector sponge, the swell part, and press that makeup into your skin for a super, super flawless finish. Now I'm gonna get into my bronzer right here. I'm gonna use the fluffy end of my blush and bronzer brush. I'm gonna squeeze this right here so I can get into here. And I'm gonna just do 2 taps. And I'm just gonna ever so lightly fluff my temple. 2 little taps, my temple, blend it out. 2 little taps, tops of the cheeks. Anywhere the sun would just naturally kiss you. So your contour adds shadow It has more, if you look at the difference between here, this has more tones and this has more warmer tones. So it creates more of, contour creates more shadow, and your bronzer creates more warmth. Now you're gonna see where I put yellow lines on your neck. This is to add a little bit of bronzer onto your neck, just to add that warmth coming down so your head feels a little bit more connected to your chest. Now I'm gonna flip my brush over into the smaller end onto my blush color. And again, I'm just doing like 2-3 little taps. Now for your blush, you wanna do 2 fingers out and then across. That's where you want your blush to start. And I want you to follow up your contour line. This is gonna give you an instant face lift instead of that doll face look right there. Right at the middle of that cheek, 2 fingers out is where it starts. From the corner of the nose, that's where it starts right there. And you just do extra little taps into your makeup as you need. It's better to build than it is to just like attack with a lot of makeup with Saint. Literally the golden rule is always less is more, always. I'm gonna finish off with this, with my setting spray. My setting spray is already on my pad, so I can go ahead here. Or you can go in at the very end and use your setting spray to spray the rest of your face to get that done. Now on my next layer right here, I have my illuminator. This is the Dulce illuminator. I'm gonna put it right here at the tops of the cheeks, just to give that extra beautiful glow to the tip of the nose, top of the bridge, here. And then let's add some lips on. This is sandstone that I am using right now on my lips and on my cheeks. There we go. Now I'm gonna flip over and I'm gonna grab my eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna do Baba right here. I'm gonna take it to the corner of the eye. Since I have hooded eyes, you can tell if you have hooded eyes if you see skin folding over top of your eyelid. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do a light wash of keeping my hand super low on the brush so I have a nice soft look of Baba. Now for just a single color, this is your girl. If you just need one color, just brush her into the crease and then wash her over top of your eyelids. Beautiful first color. You don't need a lot. It keeps a perfect lift. So now I'm going to take a little bit of right here. This is Sabrina, and I'm just going to wash a little bit of her into the corner of the eye. Here. Into the corner of the eye. Right there. Now I'm going to take the fluffy end of my brush, because I don't want this to be super pigmented, into this pomegranate color. And I'm just going to fluff her onto the corner. Just a nice pretty pink, soft glitter. Get into the corner. Take a little Bubba underneath of the eye. And then this color right here is for my eyebrows, or to add extra definition to the eyes. And that's it, my friends. Set your makeup now with either your setting powder. I'm gonna take a little bit of setting powder along anywhere. Either you can do it everywhere, or if you have oily spots on your face, you can set it there. And that is it, guys. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and on Facebook because I do lots of tutorials and helpful tools for you every single week, every single day of the week, to get you using your Saint kit to the best of your ability, and just to give you tips and tricks to help you with your self-care journey. So if you have any questions at all, make sure you ask. If you have troubleshooting problems, make sure you watch the next video, because I help walk you through everything that could possibly ever go wrong with your new makeup kit from Saint. I love you all so much. Thanks for watching.